Hello traders and welcome to the London Forex Broadsheet's daily wrap of the markets for Tuesday, October 14th. The euro advanced from the start of Asian trading, closing in on the high of Monday's trade in the 1.3690 area. During the overnight session, the euro moved in a tight range, testing the resistance level, and once in New York continued to trade within a relatively tight range. The euro is currently caught in a channel, unable to break the resistance seen at 1.3835 or lower than 1.3265, suggesting that fair value has been found for the time being. The daily RSI is still showing the pair is in oversold territory as price refuses to move in either direction with any conviction. The pound moved above Monday's high at the start of the Asian session and advanced to the 1.7550 area where it found resistance during both the European and New York sessions. In economic news, the Consumer Price Index rose 5.2% for the month of September from 1 year earlier. This was more than market expectations. The core CPI read, which excludes volatile items, also beat market expectations, rising to 2.2% from 1 year earlier. The largest upward pressure on the CPI came from housing and household services, culture, and clothing. The sterling will be ending the day relatively flat after being rejected before reaching 1.7650. Support from last week is seen in the 1.7340 area. The RSI has been oscillating around the neutral 50 line with no significant direction. The Aussie failed to break above the LFB R1 at 0.7235 during the overnight and New York sessions as the pair seemed content to hover near the pivot point. The same level has acted as an important resistance level during the last few days, preventing the Aussie from breaking higher. The Aussie has become quite the head turner of the majors as the 10-day average true range has breached 400 pips. A few months ago, the pair could barely move 80. This has given the pair a wide range of support and resistance seen here on the hourly chart. The CAD extended the losses experienced during Monday's trade when the pair dropped more than 200 pips. During the overnight session, the pair fell to the LFB S1 at 1.1340. For almost a month, the CAD has not managed to close lower for 2 consecutive days. Surprisingly, the pair rose in New York even as crude futures advanced $3. The loonie has been quite erratic in trade lately. In order to find solid support and resistance, the pair was zoomed out to a weekly chart. There was quite a run up to 1.1900 but was quickly rejected. The pair found support in the 1.1300 area. The Swissy posted small declines during the overnight session. The pair tried to push lower but could not break significantly below the 1.1300 area, and then bounced back near the neutral pivot point at 1.1350. Once in New York, the pair continued range trading but looked to finish near session lows. The Swissy is yet to break out of the ascending triangle. This formation usually breaks in the direction of the horizontal line. However, volume as well as ATR has been decreasing gradually while the daily RSI has found a channel right around the 60 line. The yen moved in a tight range during the European session after advancing to the LFB R1 at 102.90 during the Asian session. Once in New York, the pair looked to finish the day below yesterday's close after market sentiment turned negative. In economic news, the household survey continues to hover near a record low as the Japanese economy weakens. The release showed that household perception concerning business continues to deteriorate, reflecting economic worries. In September, the index bounced slightly higher after the index made a 26-year low in August. The yen has had a violent month so far, finding support at 98 and resistance at 103. The pair is closing in on its 20-day SMA, which has acted as strong resistance since the end of summer. Volume is still off significantly while the RSI makes its way back to the neutral 50 line. In Asian equities, shares in the Japanese Nikkei posted the biggest gain on record, gaining 1,171 points or 14.15% to close at 94.47. In Australia, the S&P ASX jumped 154 points or 3.7% to close at 43.35. In European stocks, the German DAX gained 136 points or 2.7% to close at 51.99, while the UK FTSE advanced 137 points or 3.23% to close at 43.94. On Wall Street, at the close of floor trading on the New York Stock Exchange, the Dow was at 93.10 after losing 76 points or 0.82% and trading through a 700-point range. The S&P failed to hold the 1,000 level, closing at 997 down 5 points or 0.55%, while the Nasdaq finished trading at 1779 with a loss of 65 points or 3.54%. Crude oil for November delivery was up 2.02% to $79 per barrel. Gold futures for December delivery were trading down 1.98% to close at $838 per ounce. In Treasuries, the 2-year notes yield rose 18.6 basis points to 1.828%, while the yield on the 10-year note rose 18.9 basis points to 4.063%. Overall, the risk for financial system collapse has probably been averted now that governments in the US, UK, and European Union have a comprehensive plan which applies similar methodology to deal with the credit crisis. First, the U.S. will begin its program of bank recapitalization with the injection of up to $250 billion into 9 major banks, with thousands more to come according to a statement released by the Federal Reserve. Second, the FDIC will temporarily guarantee the senior debt of all FDIC-insured institutions and their holding companies, as well as deposits in non-interest-bearing deposit transaction accounts. Third, the Federal Reserve announced that its Commercial Paper Funding Facility program will begin funding commercial paper purchases of 3-month maturity from high-quality issuers on October 27th. This concludes the London Forex Broadsheet's daily wrap of the markets. We appreciate you making us part of your trading day.
All contents of the LFB are for informational purposes only and should not be used as a replacement for research by an individual investor, trader, or licensed investment professional. Neither the LFB nor any of its affiliates shall be liable for any errors, omissions, or for any actions taken in response to the information contained herein. We hereby make no representations or warranties regarding the accuracy of any information contained in this broadcast or on our site. Forex market trading involves special risks and may not be suitable for everyone. Each investor or trader should assess their financial situation and risk tolerance before proceeding. Copyright 2007, LFB Services, LLC. All rights reserved.